Hi, everybody. Welcome to Convertible Conversations. I want to talk to you today about your nature. Have you ever thought what kind of a nature you have? Sometimes we refer to people as being good natured or bad natured or something like that. Many of us have believed the lie that we were taught growing up that there was a good dog inside of us and a bad dog inside of us, and whichever one we fed, well, that would be the one that would manifest itself. But that's not true. Because of what Jesus did at the cross, we were all made new creations, and we all have a new nature. We're new creations with a new nature. We actually have the divine nature of God, and that's the only nature we have. Now, many of us don't know that. Many of us, myself included, from time to time don't always act like that, but that's actually the truth about who we are and what our nature is like. Peter, one of Jesus' closest friends, several years after Jesus died, and Peter by then was really getting all this stuff, he wrote that we all have the divine nature of God. Peter really got that. And the Apostle Paul, whom Jesus appeared to after he died and spent a number of years with him in the Arabian desert, just teaching him one-on-one, he had him write that we are all complete in the fullness of God. Every single one of us. That's really who we are. And then John, Jesus' closest friend of the disciples in the inner circle of three, John wrote that just as Jesus was when he was here on earth in the world, just as Jesus is in the world, so are you and I. John knew that was true because he knew that he was made a new creation at the cross. He was changed. He knew that he had a new nature, a divine nature. And those three men wrote those three specific things for you and me. They didn't need to write them for themselves. They already knew it. But they wrote that for you and me so that through the ages we would know that. Today, I hope you'll spend some time and really think about this. You have the same DNA, the same spiritual DNA that God does. You're made in His image, you're made in His likeness, and you have His spiritual DNA. You have His nature. You're just as complete as Jesus was as a human being when He was here on earth. Now, as God reveals that to you, and you think about it, it'll already take some time to get away from the noise and the clutter of people and the things that are going on. Not that people are a clutter, but you know what I mean. Just get away from having other distractions. Think about and ponder, and as a cow does, turning things over in their cud, ruminating, just turn it over and over in your mind and revel in the truth of who you really are. You are God's beloved child, and in every way, you are like God. You're like Jesus. Resist the urge to give in to religion's lie that says, you're no good. You're a wretched sinner that's barely saved by grace, and maybe that won't take. Those are lies. There's a saying in the Old Testament that people have a desperately wicked heart that's beyond cure. That's no longer true. We were given a new heart, literally the heart of God at Jesus' finished work at the cross. So take sides with Jesus. Believe His truth. You only have one nature, God's nature. You are full and complete. You're just like Jesus. And as you believe that truth more and more, you will literally find yourself having Jesus more and more live His very life, not only in you and not only through you, but most importantly, as you. You'll find yourself saying and doing and thinking things that you never would have thought of before. You go, wow, where did that come from? And you'll realize that was Christ in you doing this. So, hope you'll take those things and think about them today, ponder them today, and be encouraged by them. See you next time. Thanks.